Thank you everyone for joining. It's beautiful seeing all where everyone's come from. So yeah, welcome. I'm super excited about this session. We're gonna jump right into it because we've just got the 20 minutes. So my name is Carl Behrend. I actually spent 13 years working at a non-profit animal sanctuary and recently left and started NFPs.ai, where I help other nonprofits around the world leverage AI and automations to help increase their impact and save time and resources. And personally, just a quick bit about me: married, father to a teenage girl. I've got 4 dogs, 8 sheep, and a lot of cats. So if you ever find my wife on TikTok, you'll be able to see a snippet into our animal lives. And there's one quote that I just start all of these webinars with, and I think it's so important. It really is that this is the worst that this technology will ever be. So you're going to see some things that can be a little bit clunky, and we're doing everything live, so there may be little hiccups as these platforms develop. But I think it's really important to start using and experimenting with these tools now, because as this technology improves and gets better, you'll be so perfectly positioned to leverage this technology as it improves if you've already developed the skills and experimentation around it. So don't be disheartened if something doesn't work or doesn't work as well as you'd like it to, especially in the beginning. I think, adopt a curiosity mindset, be open, experiment, and play. And visuals, which is what we're going to be focusing on today, I think is one of the most fun introductions to AI. We can get very focused on how AI can help us in productivity and save us time with emails and things. And when you start playing with images, it's just fun. It's so creative. It's visually appealing. People resonate with that a lot. So um, quick little agenda for what we're going to look at today. We're going to look at how we can generate images. We're going to look at a couple of different tools. We're going to explore how you can actually use AI to analyze images, to extract, like reverse engineer the style, the composition, the color, the tone of an image so that you can create a framework that then you can use to recreate other images in that style. And just quickly, we'll look at what I think is another very fun and creative intro into AI, which is AI music generation. And I did make a little song for you. I will send it to you a little bit later in the piece. And before we jump into the image generation, I just want to stress the importance of having an AI policy within your organization and ensure that if you are using images externally, if you're publishing them on your websites or social medias or emails, that it does align with that policy. I think for internal use and creativity and play, go wild. But whenever you're using these images externally, please do ensure that it aligns with your organization's mission and vision and values. And so I will provide you with a resource later about how you can start developing an AI policy within your organization. And it does also allow, this organization to speak about the different topics around AI. Who is comfortable with it? What are the different use cases? And when you should not be using it. But I do love these images. So let's jump right in. I think there's 5 tools that really stand out to me at the moment in terms of generating AI images. The most common one is probably ChatGPT, and within ChatGPT is a model called DALL-E. That's the image generation tool. We're also going to look quickly at Canva, because Canva provides a really good nonprofit plan to organizations for free, and they are really ramping up with their AI image generation tools. We got Midjourney if you really want to get a bit more technical and advanced, same as Leonardo. And we're going to have a quick look at Ideogram, because if you want images with good text in them, I think nothing goes past Ideogram. So let's jump straight into it. We're going to jump into ChatGPT, which I think most people are going to be comfortable with and familiar with. And I just want to, give you a bit of a prompt to start about if you just don't know where to start with generating images. And you can ask the AI. I think that is one of the best things about ChatGPT and AI. We can actually ask it to help us. So we can actually say something, generate creative and impactful ideas for AI generated images that can be used to enhance the support of a nonprofit organization. Now, what's going to be important when you do something like this is to provide the AI with enough context about your organization. So I've just got a dummy organization that I made up this morning. We've got it called Paws of Hope Dog Rescue, rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome dogs. We've got some taglines, etc. So I'm just going to feed this in, and you're going to see that it's going to provide me with just ideas about how you can use AI generated images, like what you can do for campaign illustrations and educational infographics. So use AI to help you generate ideas about how you can use the images. All right, let's jump into an image. I think one of the most fun ones is to actually, start looking at what can be really impactful, like a donation page. I love looking at donation pages of nonprofits. And AI can be really helpful in mocking up a donation page. So let's look at this. Whenever you're asking ChatGPT to create an image, you do need to say create an image or mock up an image, because there's no actual interface that says select image versus text. So I've got, something really simple here. Create an image of a donation page for a nonprofit organization, and I've just got the information here below. We've got called Paws of Hope, we've got a mission, a vision, a tagline, and a bit about our programs. So I'm going to click enter, and what will happen is it starts loading this little interface here where it's generating this image for us. Now I will just say you do need to be on the paid ChatGPT plan for image generation. If you're on the free plan, you won't see this, but there is other tools that do provide some free resources. Okay, so let's have a look at it. DALL-E, which is the ChatGPT image generation tool, I think is a good one to start playing with, but it's far from the best type of tool for image generation. You can see we've kind of got some text going here, but like it's really wonky. Here it's supposed to say donate, but it doesn't. But it gives us like a bit of a framework to start with. Now, I do want to show you something that's really useful when you do use DALL-E 3 within ChatGPT to help generate images. So I'm just going to close this again. Click on that image, and you'll find at the top here this little pen icon. And when you click on that, it actually allows you to select and highlight a section. So you can select a little image over here, or you can select multiple ones. And let's just say change to cats. So we're gonna hopefully get these highlighted sections that we selected, and we've instructed the AI to change the dogs to a cat. And we're gonna give it a second and see how we go. Almost there, so close. This is one of the challenges with the image generation. Sometimes it can be like take a little bit of time. Okay, so here we go. We're going to see our changed one. That's supposed to be a cat. It kind of looks a bit like a sloth mixed with a cat to me. I think, hopefully this gives you a good scope of kind of where you can get started with ChatGPT. So just as a reminder, create an image. I find that ChatGPT does much better with like simple minimalistic icons. So let's just go a simple and minimalistic image of a dog for a logo. Let's imagine we want to do a logo. I think you'll see they can do a bit better with things like this. Once it gets a bit more complicated in terms of what we're actually asking for, oh my gosh, okay, this looks more like a koala to me, but that's probably because I'm in Australia. This is very interesting. But again, you could, if this is kind of going on the right track for you, you can select different sections and ask the AI to change it. All right, let's start looking at Canva, because I think Canva is really going to provide more organizations with better options. Now, if you log into your Canva account, and you can, as I said, you can sign up as a nonprofit and get a free account, which is really incredible. On the left-hand side here, we have something called Dream Lab. And this is, again, an AI image generation tool. And we're going to similarly be describing what we want to create here. We've got different options in terms of like the style we would like it to be created in. So you can either just leave it as automatic, which is smart, or you can choose some different styles, and we can change the aspect ratio. So it gives us more options already than ChatGPT. And you can see I did, just before I did actually a donation page for a wildlife group. And I think you can see that this is already a much higher quality than ChatGPT. So let's do the same for that we did with ChatGPT for the donation page and actually compare the difference. I'm going to take the exact same prompt that we used from ChatGPT, create an image of a donation page for this dog nonprofit, and we're going to feed it in. And I think you're gonna see that there's already going to be a better output, and Canva provides us with better options as well in terms of what we can do next. All right, let's have a look. I think, wow, this is already looking much nicer. I think it's leveraging a lot of Canva's kind of templates and experience and sections to create these different elements here. It's quite nice. And let's imagine that we want to pick this one. We can now click Edit in Design, and this will open this design within Canva and allow us to leverage all of these different tools that it provides to improve this. One of the best things that I've found within Canva is something called Grab Text, because the AI models still struggle with text. You can see if we scroll in here, we've got donation, a home, and then some very strange text underneath there, which doesn't make sense. But if we were to come to this edit section on the left here and click on grab text, it will actually identify what is the different sections that have text here. And we can click on them and then select grab. And what this does is allows us now to edit the text directly within Canva, which is amazing. And it kind of tries to mock up the font as close to it as possible as well. So let's come to donation a home, which doesn't make sense. And we're going to say donate to support our work. And then this section over here, which again doesn't really make sense, we may put the mission statement or the tagline. You know, every poor deserves a home. So let's put that in there. Oops, that just disappeared. So let's take that. Every poor deserves a home. So we're not going to be editing the whole image here, but I think you can see already the added flexibility and power of using a different tool like Canva. And you don't have to generate the image in Canva. You may generate the image in another image generation tool and then bring it into Canva to do this editing. And as I said, you have the functionality of all these different tools. So grab text is really useful, as well as magic eraser, which is similar to that tool we looked in ChatGPT, where you can highlight a section to make a change. So let's actually give this one a go and see if Canva's version is a bit different in terms of changing this to a cat as opposed to a dog. Oh, this is just the erase. So that's going to just simply erase the dog from the image. But we do have another tool, which is called Magic Edit. So let's see if we can change this. And so we've got the AI version here. We're going to say change to a cat, please. It's always nice to be polite to the AI models. If you're using the text-based version, you will actually find that by saying please and thank you, you do get better outputs. All right, so that's definitely a better cat than we saw in ChatGPT. We've got a couple of options here. This is very much a cat-dog mutation, but you can see you can just keep playing around with these tools to see and try and get to what you would like. And remember what I said in the beginning, this is the worst this technology is going to be. We're only going to get better from here. Quickly jumping to the next tool called Ideogram. And I really wanted to highlight this because when you want to do text within an image, this is by far the most amazing tool. You can get a free version. I think you can generate 10 free images a day. I'm on a paid plan that gives us about 40 images. And I've got to say, imagine you want to do something like an impact report or a poster for an event. We want to have text on that. So I'm going to say a poster showing that we rescued 53 dogs this year. Now, one of the added benefits of a dedicated tool like Ideogram is you get a lot more customization. So within Canva, we did see some of this where we can choose the different aspect ratios, but within Ideogram, you can actually even choose the color palette. And if you upgrade to a higher plan, you can even upload your own custom color palette. So I'm just going to choose Melon, which I think is quite nice. I'm going to generate some images. We're going to just see them ideate in the bottom section here. It's 8% complete, but while it waits, let's have a look. And you can see, just look at this text. This is AI generated. When life gives you a rainy day, play in the puddles. Like, so beautiful. So very, very good text. All right, we're 91%. We're almost there. 99. All right, completed. Look at this. We rescued 53 dogs with the dog in the O this year. Like that's pretty incredible. I think we rescued 53 dogs this year. We rescued 53 dogs this year. We rescued 53 dogs this year. So every single image here, it really got the text completely right. Within the dogs, not as good, but I think hopefully you can see we've got like kind of ChatGPT, which is a good intro. Canva, which is a great tool to generate the images and edit them. And then Ideogram is really kind of the top tier if you want to generate images with text. Now, I want to show you how we can analyze an image. Let's pick something quite unique. This is something here. We've got this eagle that's made out of like metal and all types of things. I'm just going to download this to my computer. We're going to go back to ChatGPT. And I'm actually going to upload this image because one of the really useful things about AI is that it can actually analyze using something called vision. So vision is this ability of the AI models to actually see the image that we are uploading and analyze it. So we're going to actually have this a little prompt here. We're going to ask ChatGPT, we're going to say, analyze the image, break it down into all relevant details and describe those details in such a way that the image could be accurately reproduced. And I'm just saying, these are some of the details, the subject and theme, the composition, layout, color palette, etc., etc. I'm just going to click on enter and you can see that we've got this image here. And you can do this with campaign ideas, things that you see on Facebook, all types of things. And we've got to depict a striking mechanical eagle perched on a crumbling rocky ledge. Okay, so you can actually now take something like this, go back to one of your image generation tools, click on generate, and you will actually be able to create something similar. It's not going to be the exact same. Every time AI recreates something, it is going to have some variance, but it does allow you to reverse engineer what is the components, what's the framework of this that makes this image really interesting. And it can be a poster, it could be a fundraising banner, it could be anything like that. And let's just have a look. We've got something that's quite similar, not as much, but very, very close. All right. The last thing I just want to share is that when you access a tool like Ideogram, which is completely designed for image generation, you can see on the right-hand side that you can see the prompts. And if you do want to advance in your image generation skills, this is a very useful way to develop that, to actually look at the image, look at what the prompt was used to create that image, because you will actually learn, just like how when we use AI, ChatGPT, the more context, the better the prompt we give it, the better the output that we are going to get. As I said, the song is another beautiful way to get into AI. I will give you the song that we created. We've got two great tools that you can experiment with. Also got free versions, Suno and Udio. And as part of the thank you for joining this webinar, you will also get free access to my beginner's guide to AI ebook. You don't need to scan the QR code. I will provide this to you a little bit later. And this gives you a lot more instructions on how to use AI, how to get into image generation tools, etc. So Thank you all very much. Wow, 20 minutes on the dot. We nailed it. So we will be ending the webinar there. So really appreciate you joining us. You will get the recording with the extra resources. And I'm very happy to answer any questions. Feel free to give me an email or say hello to me on LinkedIn, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much for joining. Bye.